Revitalizing a struggling economy holds immense political significance for the Chinese Communist Party, particularly due to the potential for the younger generation to question the credibility of a system that fails to fulfill their fundamental desires for meaningful employment. However, their future outlook will only worsen. The recent surge in youth unemployment among individuals aged 16 to 24 has reached an unprecedented rate of 21.3%. Consequently, the government has decided to cease publication of this particular statistics publication. To stimulate the economy and boost unemployment, the government is utilizing its tried and tested methods, offering incentives for home buying and making significant investments in infrastructure. The government plans to allocate $1.8 trillion this year alone towards infrastructure development. Official figures indicate that the Chinese economy experienced a 6.3% growth in the second quarter compared to the previous year. The growth in the first quarter exceeded expectations, but fell short of what analysts had predicted. Regrettably, the property and construction sectors, which are heavily influenced by the government, are known for their lack of productivity and need more relevance to the prospects of the younger and more educated individuals. Many young Chinese individuals are gravitating towards the service sector as a primary source of employment. This sector currently employs a significant portion of the national workforce. Graduates in literature and computer science areas need to show more interest in new stimulus-driven opportunities in fields like carpentry and bricklaying. Over the years, the Chinese government has actively promoted university enrollment, significantly increasing the number of students pursuing higher education. From 22 million in 1990, the figure has skyrocketed to an impressive 383 million in 2021. During the pandemic, it faced even greater challenges as it worked to increase graduate school capacity. The number of degree candidates saw a significant increase of 25% in 2021. The Ministry of Education in China has projected a significant increase in college graduates in the coming years. In 2022, an estimated 10.76 million students are expected to graduate, which is 1.67 million more than the previous year. Furthermore, the ministry anticipates another substantial rise in 2023. Meanwhile, the service industry experienced a significant decline in 2020 due to policies that aim to control the activities and growth of private sector firms in various sectors, including tech and tutoring. Following a brief period of improvement in the first quarter of this year, a comprehensive gauge of services activity experienced a decline in August, reaching its lowest point in 8 months. Unsurprisingly, there is a significant disparity between the increasing number of college graduates, which has surpassed pre-pandemic levels, and the stagnant or declining number of service jobs during and after the pandemic. You can observe this gap in the graphic displayed above. The graphic below illustrates the contrast in year-on-year growth between service jobs and college graduates. The gap experienced significant growth in 2022 and is expected to remain wide, especially with the many students taking Chinese college entrance exam this year. China's policymakers need to reconsider their approach. Prioritizing the increase in graduate numbers at the expense of services and relying heavily on subsidies for construction is not only economically unsound, but also detrimental to social welfare. It will exacerbate China's already imbalanced economy and contribute to dissatisfaction among a crucial age group that China relies on for its future national strength. Economists are closely monitoring the state of youth employment in China, as a staggering 11.58 million university graduates are projected to join the job market this year. The unemployment rate for urban youth has been steadily increasing over the past few months. This can be attributed to various factors, such as a disconnect between the skills graduates have been equipped with and the demands of the current job market. Officials have acknowledged that the issue of youth unemployment is expected to persist and potentially worsen in the upcoming months, reaching its highest point around August. According to estimates by Dan Wang, the chief economist at Hang Seng Bank, China, the percentage of unemployed young people in China urban areas is only 1.4% of the potential workforce. However, she informed the BBC that addressing youth unemployment requires more targeted policy measures, as this demographic is highly active and expressive online. In 2018, China began releasing data on the unemployment rates among young people. Unfortunately, the available data does not include information on the employment status of young people living in rural areas. In March, Chinese Premier Li Qiang emphasized the importance of intensifying efforts to achieve this year's desired 5% economic growth target. According to him, achieving the target would be challenging despite signs of the economy stabilizing and improving. China's central bank decided to lower interest rates for the first time in almost a year to stimulate economic activity. However, according to experts, the government still possesses additional measures to boost the economy if the situation does not improve. According to the Economist Intelligence Unit, China's youth unemployment is expected to remain high this year due to an ongoing mismatch. The number of new graduates seeking jobs in popular manufacturing sectors far exceeds the available job opportunities, primarily concentrated in lower-skilled sectors. According to the consultancy, despite the anticipated decrease in unemployment among China's young population next year due to a decline in the working-age population, the long-lasting consequences of high youth unemployment will persist. Amidst the positive developments in China's labor market, the most significant progress can be seen among middle-aged individuals and migrant workers. On the other hand, the youth labor market has not seen any improvement in the post-COVID recovery. There has been a noticeable imbalance between the growing number of fresh graduates and the limited availability of new job opportunities. Despite the surplus of labor, new employees are still being presented with reduced wages. Last Wednesday, China's National Bureau of Statistics released monthly data revealing that the unemployment rate for youth aged 16 to 24 in the world's second-largest economy was 14.9% in December, excluding students. In the same month, China's overall urban unemployment rate stood at 5.1%, providing a point of comparison. The youth unemployment rate in China reached unprecedented levels, surpassing 20% before the National Bureau of Statistics decided to halt the publication of the group's unemployment rate temporarily. This was done to reevaluate the calculation methods. However, EIU highlighted that prolonged youth unemployment can have lasting consequences. The IEU highlighted the potential consequences for Beijing, including lower lifetime earnings, reduced purchasing power, and delayed marriages and childbearing. These factors could also lead to increased demand for welfare, which would have fiscal implications. The economic impact of China's demographic decline is expected to be further exacerbated, as the country experienced a second consecutive year of population reduction last year. Last year, China's economy experienced a growth rate of 5.2%, which was influenced by Beijing's efforts to reduce the size of its real estate sector. Several nations' biggest property developers are grappling with significant debt issues. The challenges in China's real estate sector are closely linked to the financial situation of local governments, as they have traditionally depended on revenue from land sales to developers. This has heightened financial risks and unsettled consumer confidence, with prices on the brink of deflation. Nevertheless, most employment opportunities generated consist of positions requiring lower or moderate skill levels, which may be less attractive to individuals with university degrees. This is especially true considering the recent surge in postgraduate enrollment during the pandemic, resulting in more individuals possessing advanced degrees. China has faced challenges in accommodating the labor force that has transitioned from the tutoring and property sectors, which have been significantly affected by government crackdowns. Youth unemployment in China is a major concern for the Chinese Communist Party, as it revitalizes the economy amid changing demographics and global challenges. The record-high youth unemployment rate raises questions about the system's validity, especially when young people seek jobs that match their goals. Government policies like home buying subsidies and infrastructure investment seem out of sync with employment market expectations. Ideological policies and economic developments have hindered the service sector's expansion, worsening the young unemployment issue. Despite economic stimulus and expenditure, significant young unemployment threatens social stability and economic viability. The gap between graduates' abilities and employment openings, exacerbated by structural challenges in real estate and education, make policymaking difficult. These obstacles make focused policy interventions and strategic investments in high-quality growth areas necessary for China. Youth unemployment must be addressed in a multidimensional way that matches education and training with economic demands and ensures equal opportunity for everyone. China's economic and social success depends on its capacity to solve young unemployment and provide meaningful employment and economic prosperity for the next generation. Not doing so risks economic stagnation and social unrest that might harm the country's long-term stability and progress.